Good morning, it's just coming up to 9:53 AM GMT on Wednesday the 26th of October 2022. I'm on the F1 2017 game, and this is a tribute to Sebastian Vettel. It says there's going to be a long series of broadcasts, and so going into this season, Vettel wasn't in the best of forms. He actually was fourth in the 2016 season, which was obviously the season where Lewis Hamilton was pipped at the very final Grand Prix by Nico Rosberg. Vettel was actually fourth in the stands, and he was actually behind Daniel Ricciardo, which shows how good a driver Daniel Ricciardo was in his time. He's not assured of a seat at the moment. The rumours are that he will look for a reserve seat with someone, possibly Mercedes. So in 2017 it was Hamilton versus Vettel to see if Vettel could get his fifth title and to see if Hamilton could get his fourth title. Hamilton claimed his titles in 2008, 2014 and 2015, and Vettel claimed his titles from 2010, 2011, 2012 and 2013, 4 in a row. So we're going to redo the whole season, but just as Sebastian Vettel. First race was the Australian Grand Prix, which Vettel actually won, so we're going to do that race first. But we're not just going to do the race, we are going to do practice as well. So this is the 2017 game, and I'll just let you have a look around it a bit. Now the great thing about the 2017 game is that you can actually drive in classic cars. You'll see that in a minute. So let's click the Grand Prix button, and you can see you've got modern cars there, and you've also got classic cars. We may be doing that later on. And we are driving for Ferrari as Sebastian Vettel. And there he is. Australian Grand Prix. Practice single session, full practice session. I think I have a single session. We'll do one shot qualifying because I've had the practice, and we'll do 25% race distance. AI is 60 hard. So corner cut stringy strict. Manual race starts. Assists are medium brake assist, medium traction control, automatic gearbox, pit assist on, pit release assist on. ERS assist, well, ERS wasn't around in that time. Won't tinker with the dead weather and time of day. We advance with the square, as you can see. So we'll get some practice in at the Australian Grand Prix. It's not one of my favourite Grand Prix. I don't know why. It's an easy track, but I never really seem to be able to get the best out of it. So the practice should do me some good. Expect the stream to last around an hour or so.
Welcome to coverage of today's practice session.
Oh no, it's a
very wet Albert Park. We can but hope that the weather doesn't deter the teams from running their usual programs, and we're just a few moments away from the green light. And I tell you what, Anthony Davidson, I think we're going to have some fairly anxious drivers in the cars today, as the conditions have not been kind at all for today's session.
Well sat in the garage, maybe, I suppose. I mean, you'd always rather a nice dry circuit to run on, but as soon as you venture out onto the track, then any lingering nerves get left behind. The moment you start to become anxious in these cars, you tend to tighten up and become too digital in your inputs. This can not only cost you lap time, but also, if you're unlucky, send you on a one-way trip to the wall.
So we have a look around. There's some live feed there, no forward stuff. Let's have a look at the setup. Okay, so
rain will pass in about 5 minutes. We'll then be working with light rain conditions.
So as it's rain, we're going to go with the increased downforce. And so we can put okay.
Okay, let's update the setup.
First thing to do is change my driving view, TV pod offset, that's what I prefer. So if it's wet conditions, what you need to do is adjust your braking points. particularly fast laps, but we're not exceeding track limits in a wet stream, so that's pretty good.
Stay with us for at least 20 minutes, maybe more. Light rain is here to stay. Kimi is in first position.
Trying to go for a bit more here, so it's getting a bit riskier. Better sectors though. Try some different sort of lines. But they've all been clean laps. Not fast, but they've all been clean laps. There's been no penalties. it's any better. Much better. Oh, lifts up.
Now in P5. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
So welcome to my broadcast where I'm on the F1 2017 game, and as Sebastian Vettel, the 4-time world champion, is retiring at the end of this season for definite, I'm doing a 2017 season recap. It was a season where he battled very hard with Hamilton, but Hamilton took his 4th world title, and did the same to Vettel a year later, take his 5th in 2018. So the first race was the Melbourne Grand Prix Australia, which Vettel actually won. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. We're not mega fast, but we have been fairly clean with the laps. Very little corner cutting penalties or anything like that. It's a 30-minute practice session and a 1-shot qualifier, and that's what I'll be doing for all the rounds. So Vettel, yes, he came 7th the other day, and it really was great to see him drive the way we know he can. Came back through the pack, and at the end was really good at the end. So we'll show him he's retiring. And the reason why I want to do the tribute is to see how good a driver he was, because he could have easily had 5th, 5 or 6 world titles. You've got to remember he was battling Hamilton in those years. So, you know, Hamilton had just lost the 2016 world title to Rosberg. He'd already won the 2014 and 2015 title with his new team Mercedes. So just remember that, how good a driver he was. He had quite a bit of bad luck in those seasons as well. look out for more streaming from me more regularly. Not necessarily at times like this. Night time. Tonight I'll be doing a stream, and I'll also be doing a football roundup as well. All the races will be 25%, and they will all be 30 minutes practice and one shot qualifying. My AI is 60. I'm on the wireless controller, not a steering wheel, so it's medium braking system, medium traction control. Corner cut and stringing is strict, as it is in real life. You get penalised for exceeding track limits. Now we've got a box this lap, so MFD button is on the left hand side. Sometimes it's not on other editions. Here it is, you can see it. Hello, L1. So we're going to box. It's pretty much been raining all through the session. So a little break there. So yes, also follow me on Twitter at SportyPH2 for motorsport updates and football updates. Not so much motorsport up at the moment. Follow me on Instagram, which I'm developing, which is phast.ph, and on YouTube as well, which you can find through my Twitter account. So what I do is upload the videos from Twitch to Twitter, Twitch to YouTube. So expect to see them fairly frequently. There's quite a few videos on there already. So let's have a look at the session info with the square button. Now, what does it say? We've got 8 minutes left. Look at the track status, 9 of 20. What's the weather like? Light rain. So I'm wondering if I should change to inters just to get the practice. Let's have a look at the maybe give it a minute or so, and you'll see the temperature there. You got the little cloud says that the track temperature is 26, and it says the air temperature is 20. And it says it's overcast with light rainfall. So if you look at the timings, we can see where we stand. Some have been on intermediates. So I'm a little bit down. Use the green square as a green triangle button. Change the setup. And want to change the tyres.
I'd take a set of intermediates in these unpredictable conditions.
Yeah, going to do that. Fit selected tyres and we exit. Go to track.
Take it easy to start with. The track's wet.
This will give us practice for all conditions.
Kimi is in first position. Okay, this is Jeff. Can you hear me? There's a fair amount of damage to the front wheel. We suggest you come in. Are you alright? Engine off. Engine off.
So when you get a crash, there are lots of different options there. But if you select the circle for the exit, you get a choice then of retire or restart the session. I'm going to retire from the session.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three: Ricciardo, Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. That's it for practice then.
So let's see what the weather's like for the qualifying.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. What kind of setup will drivers be looking for around here? It's got a fair mixture of demanding corners. Is it all about finding the sweet spot in handling balance?
It's easy to make your car quick in a straight line, you just take all the downforce off. But when it comes to a track like this, you really need a bit more of a compromise. The main focus here is carrying speed through the fast-flowing corners, but you still don't want to be a sitting duck on the straight.
So the sun is okay, 32 degrees on the track and 24% the air temperature. And we're on the ultra soft tyres, the quickest tyres. So we'll look at the car setup. It's not got a particular top speed circuit, I don't think. Gonna go for that one, I think. Balanced one. Okay. Go to track with the square. So it's just one shot.
Is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top three are Raikkonen, Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye.
I could have done a randomised grid, which meant I would definitely be up near the top, but I thought let's try and do it properly. I'm going to feel more confident on other tracks than I am the Australian Grand Prix, that's for sure. Okay, so we advance. At least the track conditions are dry, or should be.
The crowd are here and they're here in numbers for the first race of the season. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. We We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Kimi Raikkonen's perfect lap yesterday sees him start from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Perez, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Grosjean, Massa, Ocon and Kevin Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Alonso, Daniel Kvyat and Vettel, Sainz, Palmer, Lance Stroll and Pascal Wehrlein. Van Dorn and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
So it looks like it's just raining, but how long is that for? Let's have a look. .28 degrees on the track and 21% air temperature with a little bit of rain. It's going to be 15 laps. So let's have a look at our possible race strategies. It's saying we should be on ultra sauce, and I don't really think that's right. Soft tyres. Strategy. Soft tyres, it says ultra soft. Soft will go. So ultra soft is the quickest but least durable. Super soft is the next quickest and next least durable, if you get my drift. And then softs is the most durable but slower tyre. But because I'm 14th and because I'm not sure about the rain at the moment, I'm going to go for that. And then the stint will be, let's get back to that. Now, let's say about, is it 15? That says I can only do 8. Okay, that's the limit of my stint there. Second stint, it's going to be 7 laps. I think we'll do super softs to that one. There's my strategy. You see it's locked in there. Okay. You can override that though. Okay, so first step. Will be to stay in contention and have a chance of the top 10. May just sneak in there. It's close to resting there. The inclement conditions could make a safety car a distinct possibility. The key here is to get close to them, but don't hit them and don't hit the wall. It's not a bad start. Most of these are probably quicker tyres. Okay. going to restart that session, and the rule's going to be we just have one restart.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck.
Respect the conditions, realising that being in the throttle all the time is not always going to be the right option. Also have to watch those knocks in the back. Good, we're within the top 10. Just keeping close to Massa. Try and overtake him. Just stay in that. He's overtaking it. Let's just get the clean lap. One clean lap under my belt. Most of them will be on quicker tyres, but if this weather persists, I should come out with a distinct advantage being on a little break gap to Magnussen there. Most of them on the intermediates. Perhaps that should have been the choice, but I was 14th. So I think I made the right choice in a way. I mustn't go off the track though. They're going to spend more time. Intermediates could take them further in the race. The race is, whether it is getting a bit worse, but could be. And Hamilton's out the race. That's a massive shock. Even though it's wet conditions. That's given me a huge boost now. Any points should be good. Just a little. Vettel's on softs, Massa's on intermediates, and Magnussen on intermediates. This is not technically the right track, right time for the track or the conditions, because is it getting any drier is the question. The biggest problem here is going to be my pit strategy. Almost lost it there. Rain again. 10 minutes of rain apparently will equate to about 6 laps. Should be a good time to change the tyres anyway. will the tyres be? The drivers' intermediates can go longer in their race. And if the weather is wet, they don't have to change to another tyre, as would be in the dry conditions. So that's the one disadvantage of not being on intermediates. I would expect my times to be better than theirs. But maybe now we can go for it. Tyres are very, very low. Trading Massa for a little while. Maybe go and take him on. So if you just joined me, this is the it's not what I want to do. This is a tribute to Sebastian Vettel. He's starting, it's a 2017 season tribute, and we're going to race all the races in that season where he came runner-up to Hamilton, as he did in 2018 as well. Good morning, Craig Hawkins 2015, hope you're okay. Points finish is not likely now. Hamilton has crashed out already of this race, which was good for me in the actual season. Good stuff about the logo. Still wet conditions. I should have perhaps changed the tyres rather than the default I had on my setter. If you're looking to see really good driving now with added steering wheel, but even better times, check out Craig Hawkins 2015. I think Craig Hawkins 2021 as well. So although my strategy would have looked strange, being softs against intermediate, is because I was 14th on the grid and I felt that that was a better option. So in the 2017 season, as I said, Vettel won this race and Hamilton was second. Let's say Hamilton in this race has already crashed out early.
Kimi is in the pits. Kimi is pitting.
Good stuff for the viewers. Okay, so we're going to go to the end of these tyres. Really want it's a safety car. And we may have a chance. So as I said before in my streams, if you look like you're not going to achieve very much, like at the end, the back or whatever, try and improve your times on the track, better sectors, better lap times. Familiarise yourself more with the track layout. First time trying to see the track limits. That's that done. This time we won't restart. Okay, so if you have a crash, you've got this circle button there, red circle button, press that. And you've got a choice, so we start the session or retire the session. I'm going to retire from the session.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is.
If you don't want to see the celebrations and the podium,
machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the
just
wheel,
press
of
your
course.
X button.
And here are our podium drivers today after that. Moving on to
So
the
Bottas
driver of the
surprisingly
day.
wins.
Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I'm going to say Stoffel Van Dorn. It was probably one of his best drives this season. I was thoroughly impressed.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Before I go, let's just go through this driver lineup because it's quite interesting. Okay, so Bottas obviously now at Alfa Romeo, Lewis Hamilton's teammate in 2017. Daniel Ricciardo, to show you how good a driver Daniel Ricciardo was, in 2016 he was third in the standings. Sergio Perez now driving with Max Verstappen, the double world champion, at Red Bull. Kimi Raikkonen retired now from F1, but has had a NASCAR drive. Max Verstappen, Red Bull Racing still. Esteban Ocon is at Alpine, currently Fernando Alonso's partner. Romain Grosjean had that horrific 2020 Grand Prix crash fireball incident at Bahrain. Has recovered sufficient enough to drive in IndyCar for the last few years. Fernando Alonso is moving to Aston Martin to partner Lance Stroll, but he's still got this season to finish for Alpine. Daniel Kvyat, a Russian driver, doesn't drive in F1 anymore. Felipe Massa, the legendary Felipe Massa, retired now. Was so close to the 2008 world title. Hulkenberg, possible driver for Haas maybe. Carlos Sainz now at Ferrari. Jolyon Palmer has retired a long time ago. Stoffel Van Dorn. Basically, he actually won the Formula E last year. And here he is, the partner of Alonso on this game. Pascal Wehrlein, another Formula E driver, doesn't drive F1 anymore. Marcus Ericsson won his first Indy 500 in the IndyCar season this year. and was very high up in the standings as well. Lance Stroll, he's now at Aston Martin, and we'll see how good a driver he is, because he will be up against Alonso next year. Sebastian Vettel here is retiring at the end of this season. His record is 4 world titles: 2010, 2011, 2012 and 2013. He was runner-up in this season we're doing, 2017 and 2018. .53 race wins thus far. Kevin Magnussen has returned to F1 this year, driving for Haas, same team here. And there's Lewis Hamilton, driving for Mercedes still, of course. So, in terms of this little mini championship, no points for me or Hamilton. And we shall move on to China next time. And at China, Hamilton won and Vettel came second. China I quite like as a Grand Prix circuit. Not sure if it's returned to the calendar next year. Let's have a look at I was trying to look at the lap times there, but I didn't quite see the way to do it. The other great thing about this game is you can drive historical cars. Okay, so thank you for watching. Catch me again. It's European football night tonight and tomorrow night. And follow me on Twitter at SportyReg2 for motorsport updates, football updates, etc. More Champions League tonight, and there's some championship games as well. Thanks for watching. Catch you again. Bye bye. Just wanted to say the COVID hasn't necessarily ended. It's still around. People still get it, and if you are going to have vaccinations and flu jabs, etc., which I do, will have to, I hope you don't get affected too much by them. Thanks so much. Catch you again. Bye bye.